Hi there, my name is Jamie Adams. I'm from Il Giallo in Sandy Springs, and I'm here today to make a dish that is very, very popular in our restaurant, a Chicken Parmigiana. And we use this really, really beautiful Springer Mountain Farms chicken breast. And we sell so many of these things in the restaurant, it's not even funny, so I'm going to show you how to do it in your home. So let's get started. Now the first part we're going to do is attack this chicken breast, which seems a little bit intimidating. But it's really quite easy. You need a nice sharp knife. So we're going to start by taking get the wing breast, the wing bone out. A couple of little cuts. I'm going to scrape that off. And just cut that little piece off right there. It's going to go in the oven and all that's going to get cooked away, so you don't have to worry about it. And then we're going to peel the rest of the skin off. Don't throw that away. You can put that into your chicken stock if you're a broth maker. That skin and that bone makes really, really good broth. I'm going to trim some of this stuff that will get kind of messed up as we're pounding it. Open it up. Put the breast with the skin side on top, and you're just going to go right into it like so. And we're going to open it up. And voila. Okay, so now we put the chicken breast between two pieces of plastic wrap, one on the bottom, one on the top. And we're going to just gently flatten it out. And if you don't want to mess with the bone, you can cut the bone off. It's still going to be good, but it's a really great presentation. It's like almost like a chicken chop. And it makes people go ooh and ah when it comes out to their table. All right, so now we've gotten it. What we're trying to do is get it uniformly thin. We're not getting it paper thin. It's not going to be a tiny, tiny, tiny little sliver of chicken. We want it just uniform, about 1/4 of an inch thick all the way across. And there'll be spots that are a little thinner or thicker than others. Don't worry about that. I do like to try to get it a little bit more pounded by the bone so it'll cook more evenly. But right there is exactly what we're looking for. First, we're going to season the chicken a little bit with salt. You always want to season as you go. And we're going to go into the flour first. So you might notice I haven't salted the other side. That's so I can transport it a little bit easier with the plastic wrap. Onto the flour. Get rid of the plastic wrap. Now a little salt on the other side. And then we just want to get a little bit of flour because that's going to make the egg and the breadcrumbs stick to it. And we're going to slide it into the egg. And then the last phase is we're going to put it into the breadcrumbs. Okay. I take it and flip it over a few times. I want to get the breadcrumbs on top of it real good. Okay, now that we've got the chicken breast all breaded, the next thing we're going to do is cook it. So I'm going to wash my hands real quick and show you how we do that. All right, now our next step is we're going to pan fry the chicken breast. That's different from deep frying, where we're just getting it in a little bit of oil in the pan and we're going to add a little bit of butter. And so what I have in here is a sprig of rosemary. I have a sprig of marjoram, which is one of my favorite herbs. You can put just about anything in there that you like. But this really, really gives a great amount of flavor to the chicken itself, because all of the flavors, or most of them that we know, like herbs and spices, they're all oil soluble. That means they melt when they're in oil, and so that imparts flavor much faster into a piece of chicken or meat or fish than if you were to put it into any kind of liquid. So that's what we make this oil taste really, really good. And we can't forget garlic. So we're going to just kind of break up a few cloves of garlic, and what we do by that is we break it up and we give it a lot of surface area, so it's going to infuse in that oil very well. And you want it sizzling. You want it good and hot. And so right before I slip the chicken in, I'm going to put a little bit of butter. Now we're cooking one chicken breast here. You can cook multiples in one pan, but then you might have to change your oil after you've done 2 of them. But for our purposes here, we've got enough. You want to have somewhat of an abundant amount of oil in that pan. So now we just let the heat do the work. We want to kind of keep it a little moving around a little bit. We don't want to mess with it. It's going to get nice and brown. Okay, so what we want to look for is we want to look for brown edges. So I like to lift it up gently, and you can see it's starting to get a little bit golden brown on these edges here. That's just right. So we're going to lift it up from this, I like to pick it up from the bone and just gently lay it back down into the pan. And as you can see, our rosemary and our garlic are not getting burned. You don't want to burn that because that's going to make it taste kind of funny later. But if you do see it getting a little too dark, just simply pick it up and take it out like so. Okay, now you can see our pan is nice and lively, and I'm going to go ahead and turn that pan off, and we're going to lift it out of there. Transfer it to a plate with a paper towel, and then I like to get another little bit of paper towel on top and be sure its excess oil is removed from it so it doesn't come out too oily. Place this guy on a cookie sheet. All right, now that we've got the chicken parmesan transferred over to the cookie sheet, we're going to put these goodies on top. Starting with the marinara. This is a basic marinara. It doesn't have any garlic. It's a great building block for our kitchen. We use it in all sorts of different ways, but it's just been seasoned with a little bit of onion and salt and pepper and cooked for about 45 minutes. And then we're going to put a couple of roasted tomatoes, which just add another little dimension of flavor. And then we're going to put some dry mozzarella. And then lastly, we're going to put a little bit of grated grana padano. Add a little bit of parsley. From this point, we're going to put it into an oven that's about 400 degrees. And what we're trying to get done is melt the cheese and brown it just a little bit and finish the cooking. Like I said, it's cooked about 90% in the pan. And all we need to do is get it hot through and through and melt that cheese and make it really delicious. Wow, look at that. Nice and brown. Melted cheese, gooey on top. We're ready to serve that. Let's get it onto the plate. And voila, there's the chicken parmigiana from Il Giallo. If you don't want to make it yourself, please come see us. We'll make it for you there. And for more videos like this one, please tune in to SpringerMTN.com. And thank you very much for watching.